Hey folks, Will18 here, and welcome to my first semi-serious attempt at playing some multiplayer StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. I'm not going to be talking during the game. I'm going to focus on actually playing the game, and then afterwards we're going to look at the replay and try to analyze what went wrong, because certainly something will. I'm going to be going for a fairly simple build, I will tell you that, just because I'm pretty out of practice, so seems like the thing to do. Alright. Silence starts now. Unless I'm swearing because I'm mad.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Already fucked up my build. Awesome. I'm so happy.
We must get rid of this. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. More overlords. Spawn more overlords. Overlords. We require more minerals.
Come on. What the hell?
We require more minerals. 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 We require more minerals.
The scroll speed's not set high enough. Cross positions. I don't know if it's like the only thing or what.
Our drones are under attack.
Really? Alright. Well, that's good, actually. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. More overlords.
Not enough energy. We require more Vespine gas. We require more Vespine gas. We require more Vespine gas. Spawn more overlords. We require more Vespine gas. We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Fuck, that thing is powerful. And it's got range.
Metamorphosis complete. We require more minerals. Unacceptable. We must place that on creep. Our forces are under attack. Unacceptable command. Unacceptable command. Unacceptable command.
No GG. Alright, let's go and watch the replay and try to see what went right, what went wrong, and what we think about all that. Right away, I mean, I'm upset that I missed my 9 Overlord, but the extractor trick isn't that far behind. Where do we do the production is D. So, normally I like to open with a hatch first, but technically against a Protoss, you're not supposed to do that. On the basis that they could pretty easily cannon you in if they go Forge first. And I think that's pretty easy. In fact, I'm going to spend a lot of time watching this guy to try to get an idea of like what a Protoss opening might look like. So I decided to start with the spawning pool first to be able to like build some emergency links if needed be. Now, the question is, am I actually scouting enough to actually be able to react if anything happens? Plus, this is a 4-player map, which probably would have meant it, especially in Bronze League, really safe to go hatch first. And I should probably just go and do that. It's not like I had a particular timing in mind with the roaches, and against a wall like this, roaches do very, very well. So, frankly, I think in Bronze League, against all races, I can probably go hatch first into roaches with never building any links. One mistake I know I did is not getting my roach speed or my zergling speed at any point, which I really should have had for that follow-up. It should have been like, build a handful of roaches, like around 7. That is the classic sort of build, is, you know, a half dozen to maybe 10 roaches to attack the front, and then time it out so there's a big wave of zergling that hits at exactly the same time. I mean, I don't have those sorts of timings, so it's kind of moot. I've got to see if maybe these maps are always cross positions. I'm not sure. Yeah, so I don't know. This guy's build was like the sort of stuff you see a lot on Bronze, is the super defensive sort of openings. I mean, this was not even a tight seal. I could have just Ling rushed. I mean, at no point in this game could I have not just killed them with a bunch of speed links. Run past all this. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is a tight seal, but I don't think it is. You know, at any given point, could I have been killed if they'd turned on the aggression? Yeah, I mean, probably. I don't know what the timings are for things. It's not even 5 minutes yet, so probably he couldn't 4-gate me. But I'm still a mile away from having any real units. I also don't like the fact that my queens didn't come out at the same time. I wonder what this hatchery timing is supposed to be, because I went 14 pool into like 16 or 17 hatch. I'm betting it's like 14-14 or something like that is the ideal timing. Because normally when I go 15 hatch followed by, I think, a 15 pool, the nice thing is the pool pops at the same time as this pops. So I can start both queens right away. And it's just the timing, it feels really good. Maybe it makes no sense. But it does, at the same time, it helps to keep all your injections in sync, which is a really good thing. Not that my injections are perfect, so in a way it doesn't really matter. So at this point I've got a pretty big economy edge because, well, I didn't go hatchery first. I went hatchery much, much earlier than he ever built his Nexus. So I'm already, at this point, like, we both are going vaguely economy-ish builds. But he went a defensive economy build. Like, he didn't Nexus first. He went defense first, then economy. And I just went economy first, which means I'm going to have a huge edge on economy. And the fact that he's not being aggressive means I basically just win. I really need to be using my overlords a lot more aggressively to sort of peek in and see what's going on, because if this guy were amassing a big army, I might be in trouble. Still, I'm building my first set of 5 roaches at this 6:30 mark. Which is interesting in that it's right around the time that he's completing that. Now, he is going for a Stargate, and if he'd gone for Void Rays, then that would be a pretty good counter to what I'm building. You see, I've got a huge wave of Zerglings coming in, but I don't have speed, which is really like the missing part of that equation. They're really supposed to have speed. Everything is supposed to hit at the same time. It's very lucky this guy never walked out of his base. Well, he would have only seen 2 Zerglings, and I would have been warned about anything. Frankly, if he walked out of his base at this point, that would be great, because I would probably just be engaging his forces and winning. Except I don't have speed, but still, it's a pretty good force, if considering that he's building up stuff. And I had seen this. If I go to and check my vision here, too, I knew that he had this equipment at this point. So as soon as I saw that, I felt extremely safe. In fact, I felt very sure that I was going to win in general, unless I was going to get cheesed by something ridiculous. Here, I should have been microing things a little bit differently. I should have been controlling my Zerglings, letting my my roaches. I shouldn't have everything together. I should have had my roaches and my Zerglings in a separate group. You know, let my roaches focus on just ranging while and then doing a little bit of a move command with the Zerglings to get a better circle. Here, I think going for these structures was the right move. But at this point, actually, I should have attack move. I actually clicked on the Nexus, which I think was a mistake. I should have attack move because I didn't realize this guy was here. I wasn't really paying attention. In fact, if we take a look at my camera, well, now I'm looking at the scene, but I wasn't at first. If we, how do we step back? There's a command for that. I feel like it's like B. Let's find out. There we go. Let's go back some more. And a little more. And some more. And if I lock my view to here, I think that I look away at some point. I know I micro a little bit to finish this thing off. I'm like, oh, it's not quite dead. But then, because I don't think I realize how quickly I'm being killed. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I guess I'm microing my base. No, there we go. I knew I looked away at some point. I guess it was to do injections. And then whenever I looked back, I realized, oh, my whole army is pretty dead. And I can't finish the Nexus, which is unfortunate. So this ability, this Photon Orbit Charge, okay, apparently it's got really long range, and apparently it does some pretty good damage, so, you know, nice defense there. But of course, at this point, I already knew I had it won. I had done a ton of damage. In fact, I really didn't need the second wave of stuff here, but I was hoping, well, I mean, some of it I built on autopilot, thinking I could just power through. It turns out that's true, but when they got here, I was like, well, I'm hoping that this has run out of charge, and it had. But I'm pretty sure at this point, yeah, I've started to, I'll go up to a lair for some reason. Well, the roach speed. I was thinking follow-up attack, and here I'm like, okay, he does have some air units, so I guess I'll build these evolution chambers so that I can build some spores, plus do some upgrades. Like, I knew I was way ahead, but I didn't think that I could kill him as is. In fact, it's unfortunate that I kind of had this extra set of units, because I was pretty sure that I couldn't kill him as is. Apparently I'm wrong, because I was able to walk right in and do tons more damage. And I mean, he should have just GG'd at this point. He might have just been going in for practice, or not realizing how far behind he was, or I don't know, putting faith in the fact that he was building, he's not even building anything out of here. So, I guess that the cannon would save him. But again, I killed all his probes and all that. And at this point, really, there's either I build up another huge force and go for the killing blow, or generally speaking, the right thing to do. I mean, the stereotype or the cliche is when you're ahead, get more ahead, which is kind of what I do here. But I wasn't sure that I was really in a position to quickly power up another big army, and I wasn't sure how much time it would allow him to. Again, if he got out a few Void Rays, I mean, maybe I'd be able to rush his buildings, but I'm like, you know what? I'm totally safe right now, other than the potential of a little air attack, but you know, that's what we have queens for, and I forgot to build my spores. I built these for the upgrades, I think. But yeah, I should have just dropped the spore if I wasn't going to micromanage. Or put out some more queens, you know, rock around with 4 queens. If I got my creep connected, they'd be able to react pretty quickly. But I was like, listen, I'll build this, I'll build up an economy, get a couple upgrades, and then I'll go when my roach speed kicks in. Which is about halfway, and I'm back to, I built some roaches, and apparently I decided to build drones after that. I think at this point, I like built enough roaches, I'm like, okay, I'm totally untouchable. Let's finish a few more upgrades, let's whatever. Wow, yeah, I really overdid drones at this point. At this point, I should have just been like, listen, I've got a 3rd hatchery, a 3rd queen for larvae and stuff, so now I should just be building up roaches, and going for the killing blow. Or actually, I should have just massed Zerglings. Frankly, at this point, I've got speed. I should have just built Zerglings and went for it. But, I don't know, for whatever reason, I decided to get fancy and build the extra base. It's probably not bad practice to get a little bit more macro out under my belt. I'm not doing a great job with it, but there's something to be said for it. Yeah, here, it was the same sort of thing. Like, I've got the spore here, I'm like, okay, what if he builds invisible units? It's just such stupid overprotectiveness. But, you know, it's easy to say that after the fact, and it's easy to say that now that I've got, you know, vision. I was pretty sure I had the win. At this, no. I was pretty sure I had the win, and then yes, I'm being overprotective, but it was mostly a case of, I don't want to lose. Like, I'm going to win for sure unless I lose, because of something stupid. So, you know, let's build a few things, especially since I knew I was going to advance out here. At some point, yeah, see, I've commanded my overlords to move out. I'm like, okay, what could kill me? Well, if he had a hidden base that I didn't know about and was building a dark shrine somewhere or something like that. So it was kind of all that protection, and then it was like, okay, I've got all my upgrades in place. I've got my roach speed. Well, roach speed finished a while ago, but I got all my +1/+1 upgrades. I got lots of roaches. Let's just scream in there and kill them. And that was it. So that was fun. And see you guys next time. Bye-bye.